All right, campers, let's talk about the full moon. The full moon in Leo. We've been talking about this for a while now, but I kind of want to feel into the energies because I've been really feeling this full moon. I've been really feeling this full moon. And everything that I've been talking about, I really been experiencing and embodying. So I want to share with you this time because the previous videos we were talking about, what energies will come in, how are we going to feel. I want to put in the heart and the intuition to it to sort of share with you how am I feeling, and perhaps that will resonate. So entering this energy of this full moon that we've been feeling for the past couple of days, but I feel like today is a completely different energy. I even had some final triggers last night. It was really like, oh my god, and feeling into some emotions and feeling into certain things that need to be added to the list of things that will go with the shedding skin. But this the best way I can describe this to you, what I've been feeling into, it's like this life that we're living, somehow it no longer resonates. Somehow something is off. Is it us? Is it the life? Is it the lifestyle? Is it where we are? It feels off. It feels like it's no longer me, because it's not no longer you. You've shed the old you. But it's like the process is literally completing itself today. And it may linger a little bit because we're gonna be in this kind of a 2 weeks, a little bit more in between today and the actual new year, which will fall on the 17th. So it feels like, in a way that we cannot explain, something is not resonating. But what now? Because there's no logic to it, right? Obviously it's going to depend where you are on your journey. To some, if you've been on your very intense cycles of first awakening and first releasing, and sort of the journey has recently begun for you, you may feel like your life completely doesn't resonate. I don't like your life. You want to completely leave it behind you. And if you've been on this journey for a while and you kind of live a life that is fulfilling and that is bringing you bliss and joy, it's not that you would want to push for some sort of a change, but it feels like something is off. It's no longer me, it's no longer resonating. But again, there's no direction. I often call it this waiting room, when we know that something has ended and we don't want to go back, but we're not yet sure towards which direction we want to go. This kind of in between lives, in between versions of selves. And it feels quite uncomfortable. To me, it feels quite uncomfortable. It feels quite alone. And I feel it doesn't really matter how deeply you are connected to the universe and to the wholeness of the universe, how deeply you are connected to maybe some people in your life, true soul connections. It doesn't really matter. It feels alone. And how I feel into it is because it is a major death and rebirth. And it's a beauty of the journey of illusion of separation, that we come to this world alone and we leave this world alone. And in my recent readings, I've given you the analogy of, actually getting out of the mother's womb and discovering a whole new world and thinking that this is it. And yet you're in another womb, because we're constantly going through these death and rebirths. And that's exactly how it feels. We come to a whole new world. And the moment of birth, it's this waiting room. We are in the moment of birth. So it feels uncomfortable. It feels weird. It feels unknown. It feels like, what the hell? It's I'm not going to be able to go back. You're not able to go back. Once you're out of the womb, you're not able to go back. But I don't really know where I'm going. What's waiting there for me? And it's a very alone process. So again, depending where you are on your journey, it will sort of influence how you really handle this solitude, so loneliness. Because again, I love highlighting this to you guys, that this journey of self-discovery sort of should connect us to the archetype of a lone wolf. And we should understand that we are meant to experience this life in solitude and in separation, because this is the meaning of life. This is what we want. If we didn't want that, we wouldn't separate ourselves as souls from source. But to teach ourselves through this separation the power of connection, the power of connecting back to other souls, to other people, to other sovereign souls, to the universe. And to really appreciate that. Because if you think about this, once we shed our physical body, we go back to the wholeness. We are everything. We are the universe. There is no solitude. We are everything. And here in this body, we can experience it. And through the solitude, it's through the darkness, it's that we appreciate light. Through the separation and through the power of our sovereignty, once we embrace it and really connect to the healthy archetype of lone wolf, we can appreciate the beauty of true soul connections. And I just, as sort of a final comments, and maybe a little, if you're really feeling into these energies somehow and it resonates, you may feel a little bit desperate to push, right? And just like it's exactly the best example, just when we talk about death and rebirth, when the process starts from the perspective of a mother, from the perspective of the baby, you just have to let go, allow it to happen. To some mothers, it's gonna take a few hours. To some, bless them, it can take a couple of dozen of hours. But the more you're pushing and you're trying to control it, it's not gonna help. There is a final moment when we push. There's a very final moment when you really know that you are about to open a door to the new you, to the new life, to the new universe, to the new world that you're being born into. And that's a moment of push. And I feel that moment will come closer to the new year as we connect to the Horus energy. But now we just need to let go. So what I'm going to be practicing and what I recommend for you to practice, and I invite you to practice as well, is to just rest. To just allow, to just surrender, to just connect to your body. So any kind of mind, soul, body connection exercises, Tai Chi, Qigong, yoga, whatever you practice, or even just like somatic dance and some, shaking your body, connecting your breath work as well. It's going to be great because we're also in Imbolc, so we're sort of breaking through and we start to awaken from our hibernation. So moving your body is going to be a very beautiful practice, but just don't push for answers, don't push for understanding what's going on, don't push for finding logic into what's happening. Just feel into it, feel into your emotions, feel into yourself, feel into how you're experiencing it. This is why we're here, to enjoy every moment. So don't fall into the urgency of the ego to push prematurely. Just let it go, just rest. And yeah, I'll be back on my stories later today to share some rituals for full moon, for releasing, for connecting to these energies, for connecting to Imbolc and celebrating Imbolc as well as such a beautiful thing that is sort of all comes together in divine orchestration. So we're almost there. 9 months of pregnancy, 9 years of cycle. We're almost there. Whoever's going to be born today or in between today and the 17th in this physical world is going to be truly magical. So, all right, you guys, have an amazing Sunday.